Good evening, everyone. I was reflecting on some things yesterday and today. A good friend of mine called me last night, and through that conversation, I started thinking about how I could share a little bit more and push myself a little bit harder. And so, with that in mind, I wrote something that I'd like to read to you and share. So I'll be looking down a little bit, but see if it makes some sense. Over the last month, I think we all have seen significant changes in the way that we do business, in the way that we live our lives as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. Our joint calling to change the lives in our community, to change the lives of youth, have been dealt a significant challenge. Certainly during this challenge, you could put in very little work or sort of fly under the radar, and perhaps it wouldn't be noticed. Yet that's not something that I've had to deal with here, and to be frank, not something that I anticipated having to deal with here. There's something about the crew that is here in Harbor Beach that's a little bit different. We can sometimes sweat the small stuff internally, but I never, ever consider worrying about the bigger picture. When there's a call to action, a moment or a concept related to pulling together hard on the oars, harder or differently, there's something that's rooted in each of us, something that we have in common, and that is the betterment of a child. But there's just no question about the way that our staff will react in a situation like this. It's always been there. It's always been, what can I do to help? When do you need me? Where do I need to go? And you can count on me. I'm not sure that you all fully appreciate how rare that is. Sometimes families, when they get together, like our school family, sometimes they do sweat the small stuff. It's only human that when you're part of a family, even the most caring families, that sometimes you can get on each other's nerves. Because we're real people and we have real faults. Life gives us each its share of bad times, times when we misstep, times when we say something that we truly don't mean, times when our tone may be something that we regret later. Like when you're in a family, there are brothers or sisters or uncles or aunts that you find you have more in common with. Some that you connect with more easily and smoothly, and some that you don't. But here's the thing that's different about this place, different than any place I've ever been. There is a current, through line of sorts that is silent but strong, and it binds us together. And I've struggled to put exact words on what that is. I have a difficult time being able to define it very uniquely, but it is unique. I recognize it when I see it, and I can probably express it only in very general terms. It's the desire to be part of an answer for a child. Young, old, rich, impoverished, soiled, doubtful. All of these are children that we serve. We find a common ground, an innate answer to the questions that these children desire to have us answer. Who's willing to help me? Who's going to provide me hope? You are solution seekers and answer makers. And I want to take a moment and share that I'm impressed with how you've delivered meals to those who have nothing to eat. How you've fastened packets of materials for those who have no means to connect. And how you've literally changed overnight everything that you've done in the past. Overnight delivering methods that you've spent in entirety learning to do as an adult have changed. You spend most of your adult life trying to master how to become the best face-to-face teachers, and suddenly that is completely reversed. It's beyond impressive to me and beyond inspiring to me. It drives me to want to become a better person myself. Your desire to change and your desire to be the very best that you can be even under the worst of circumstances, is something I can't even imagine doing, and yet you've done it. So here now, purposefully before our nationwide Staff Appreciation Week, I want to tell you now, so that it is not overshadowed by the marketing and the sometime numbness that comes, even if it's sincere, when a week from now we do staff appreciation. Sometimes those events somehow cloud the sincerity, and so I wanted to say it now. I wish to say to you all thank you on behalf of the homes and apartments and duplexes, sometimes even cars, that our children call home. From those places and the voices within them of our children, I want to say thank you for all that you've done. You provide help and hope in a changing world, and you deserve to know that you're making a difference. So thank you very much for changing the lives of our children. I appreciate you very much.